What's up, gamers? This is NGG here with another video. This is not the video I intended to record and have uploaded today, guys. There was supposed to be a whole completely different video, but this one had to take its place because I'm kind of obsessed with this game right now, and I could not put it down at all to be bothered to record a couple of my main videos. So I was like, all right, I'll record the one I'm playing and talk talk about it and some other games. So the topic of today's, if you don't know, video is games I am obsessed with that it took me forever to get out of my section. So my current obsession, guys, is Played Up. I am currently super duper obsessed with Played Up, and now it does have its flaws. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't have its flaws, so let's get over the flaws right away. The disconnects are crazy annoying. I tried playing at a three people squad, and one of everybody was always disconnecting. But if you can get past that, right? Hopefully they fix it and we can get past this situation, and that's not an issue. I can play this game for hours because unlike another game that I will talk about that's later on this list, this one is a rogue like kitchen game. Like, so, and how they did it is super amazing, right? So like every time you're in the kitchen, you're given different set of tools and equipment and different things that will happen in your kitchen as the days progress. And so like one time you can get this set of blueprints, but then that set of blueprints won't come back the next run. So like I'm always trying to automate my kitchen, and I can't seem to get like conveyor belts that I see other people playing with, and I'm like, they have bigger kitchens and bigger this and bigger that, and I can't seem to get that. The most automation I was able to do was have like microwaves going, and my dishes being automatically washed and put away, but that's as much automation as I've been able to get. I streamed this game twice so you guys can see like all the hiccups and how the gameplay looks with a group of friends, guys. This game is amazing, and unlike Overcooked, which is what I'm kind of assuming this game was based off of, you don't need friends to play this game. Yes, friends are much more fun to play with, but you don't need them. You don't need them. I played this game for like maybe 5 or 6 hours on my own. Now I can't get as far, right, as I can with people helping me, but it's hard. It's super fun at the end of your, like, if you can make it past, I think, day 15, you can franchise your business. What that means, I don't know. I have 2 franchises waiting for me to go, and I have yet been able to get a bigger kitchen, which is what I'm trying to get, and more automation. I'm really trying to get what these other YouTubers have. I'm trying not to look it up to see too much of how to do things, so I'm trying to figure this game out on my own, and I am enjoying the heck out of the experience. Okay, enough about Played Up. Let's talk about some other games that I was obsessed with at the time, like I am this one. So another game that I was super obsessed with when it came out was Dragon Quest Builders. Now, Dragon Quest Builders was like a little like Minecraft, and I kept looking at it and I'm like, oh, that looks too much like Minecraft. I do like the art style because it's not like 8-bit graphics or 16-bit graphic style. It's not blocky looking, right? Like when you put down the blocks, it's not exactly chunky looking like in Minecraft. So I was like, oh, I'll play it, I'll try it, and oh my god, did I fall in love with that game. I was so obsessed with Dragon Quest Builders, and when I got it, it was gifted to my son, and my son kind of didn't want it, so they gave it to me instead, because I kind of wanted to try it out, because I had liked another Dragon Quest game that I played. I didn't realize it was super different, but this one, unlike with Minecraft, has a story mode, right? You can play this game for just the story, which is what I did. I didn't go off out in the world and build like everybody else does in the story. I just played the story mode and had such an amazing time. It's such a long story, with the building. The one thing I didn't like is that when your village is attacked, they wreck your whole village before you move on to the next chapter. So that was fixed in the next one I want to talk to you guys about, and that is Dragon Quest Builders 2. They improved so much on the game. You now have a hub world, so it's not just a world everywhere else. You go into different realms, so you can get different items. The only thing that is not cool, I think, that they should have done was that multiplayer was not available right away. You had to open up, I think, chapter 1, and I think chapter 1 took like 20 hours to beat before you could open up the outer world experience. And I don't like that there's not as many villagers. Like, unlike like with Minecraft that you can breed villagers and there's so many, you have a set amount of villagers that are allowed to be in your world. So if you build like this huge metropolis world in the outer realm, it will look bland with no people there. So that is my one gripe with Dragon Quest Builders 2. But oh my god, the story was fun, the gameplay was fun. They, like I said, they improved where if a monster came into your village and tried to wreck your village, they would no longer wreck the whole village. After the battle, it would come back. They also made it so like if you had a blueprint and you put things in a box, you could send the villagers off to like do the blueprint. So like if you saw a building somewhere and you're like, oh, that's beautiful, let me copy it, you could like copy and paste it basically wherever you want it and just put a box next to the villagers, and then they would build up the structure for you. So it was a little bit of automating, and I did like that because I would build like the structures I would bring in were from the other worlds. All of the other worlds had like this main structure, and so I would bring it into my big hub world so that it looked like everything was attached. I loved that game. All right, let's get on to the next game because I'm talking about these two games. The next game that I was super duper obsessed with was Hogwarts Legacy. Now, this was my beat game of last year, and I think it might have even been my game of the year last year. I could not put that down. Oh my god. If you are a fan of open worlds and magical things and even Harry Potter, oh, you'll love this game. Super fun. I was obsessed with the world. I didn't want to do anything else but play that game for the longest time. I loved the castle was so big. Like, Hogwarts itself was like a metropolis on top of a metropolis. The castle was huge. The town, I felt smaller than the castle. I was constantly getting lost in the castle and like having to like pick some point to find my way out. But getting lost in the castle is not a bad thing because you'd come across a lot of these mysteries and a lot of these secret passages and a lot of these things that you had to do in castle because they give you so much to do in this game. I was like at 88% done with the complete game with finding everything. Then I, eventually I put it down, but I was considering going for that 100% and getting the last of everything I needed, but I didn't think that would happen because I didn't know if they would factor in clothing items that I might have missed in previous passages. So I didn't go for the 100%, and I think there is no way to learn every spell in the game because they don't give you enough points for every spell. So I don't know if you could 100% it or if that was factored in the 100% thing that they knew that you weren't going to get every spell. But I was super obsessed. Guys, there's a review for this game if you want to know more about how it plays on the Switch. I didn't have an issue with it. I know some people did, but those are people that were expecting the graphics from PlayStation to be on Switch, right? And I know it's not gonna be like that, right? I'm not above knowing that the graphics are gonna take a graphical hit from one console that's more powerful to this one, but it still played great. I had maybe 2 crashes my home gameplay of I think 100 hours. If you watch the review, I tell you exactly how many hours it took me to beat the game. But I only had 2 crashes, so I think with how much I played and how much is in the game, I was okay with the 1 or 2 crashes, and it would save, so there was auto save if you did crash. So I definitely enjoyed this game. Let's get on to the next game that I was utterly obsessed with, and that was Pikmin 4. When it came out, oh my god, was I so obsessed. Now, I know there are not a lot of Pikmin fans out there, and I get it. Maybe because all of the games are now on Switch, we'll get more of the fan base, but I've been a fan since day one. My sister owned Pikmin 1, and she couldn't figure it out, and I played her copy. I bought the Switch versions to replay them on the Switch because it's been so long since I played 1 and 2, but oh my god, 4 was amazing. I 100%ed that game. Like, I never 100%ed a game because, you know, there's no reason to if I'm not enjoying it or if I want to move on to the next game. I could not put this game down. I wanted to do everything there was, from the Dandori battles that you have to the nighttime raids to like fighting well, not just the Dandori battles. There are other things that you do, these puzzly things you do. So much to do in Pikmin 4, and unlike in previous Pikmin where like there was a time limit on how many days you had, or because of the resources, if you ran out of resources you wouldn't be able to continue on to your day. That wasn't an issue in this game, so it was such a relaxing experience compared to the other ones, even though I don't think I ever had an issue with the Pikmin series being unrelaxing to me. I know other people have, but I didn't. All right, enough about Pikmin. There's also another review on the channel of Pikmin. If you want to see it, there's a list below with all my reviews and all my impressions. So if there's a game on this list that I've talked about that has a review, you can go check that out if you want to know more about any of those games. The next game on my list that is not reviewed, but I have to review it. I'll probably review it on the 5th anniversary, that I was obsessed with, and I think the world was obsessed with it, guys, so I might not be alone in this obsession, was Animal Crossing New Horizons, right? Everybody was obsessed with that game when it came out because we were all stuck at home with nowhere to go and nothing to do unless you were, unless you had a job that let you leave your home. You were stuck at home, and I put in maybe 1,000 hours in that game. Now, with Animal Crossing, I always do this thing where I like limit myself to a year because it's a simulation game. You can keep going on and on and on and playing that game, and there's no stop point, right? You are your own stop point to Animal Crossing. So with myself, I always give myself a year timetable to beat Animal Crossing, and then I know I've done at least everything there is to do for a year. And I did like the addition to Happy Home Paradise, because if you guys have played Happy Home Designers on the 3DS, I always wanted there to be a way where those two games linked up. I was always obsessed with, man, they should do this. They should link these two games. And they kind of did. I've never still decorated my villagers' homes in the town, and I was wanting to do that. They didn't bring it in the way I thought they would or they should. But they still brought in that you can decorate your villagers' homes inside the Happy Home Paradise and not in their own homes, which that was the one, like, my one drawback, where I was like, come on, let me decorate the inside of their homes. I have my Happy Home Paradise badge of approval. Let me do this. They did not. So the one thing I will say with Animal Crossing that I was not happy with, and now if you're playing it now, this is not a problem you're having, right? If you jump into Animal Crossing today, it is not a problem you're gonna be having. But because they were still making the game when it was released, things weren't there that should have been there from day one. Like, I hate when games do like patches and patches and patches and patches, and every season they were patching the game and adding more content, because the game, I'm not gonna lie, came out vanilla when it came out. I still think like it's not the best Animal Crossing game out there, but it was so vanilla when it came out. Like, they were still adding things. I think everybody was happy that it was there during the time it needed to be there, but I kind of wish it was complete when it came out, which it wasn't. But enough about that, because I was still obsessed with it. Let's talk about Overcooked. Overcooked is a game like I got my sister into, and at the time my ex, we were obsessed with playing. My sister would come over every weekend and we would just sit down and play for hours Overcooked. And Overcooked is another one of those games. We 100%ed every version of the game. So we 100%ed the first one, the second one, all you can eat, Overcooked 2, and then because all you can eat was not this, it was the same game as 1 and 2, but you couldn't link them for some reason. We completed both game 1 and 2 again with all the added DLC. So I've 100%ed all 3 of those games. Those are another set of games that I just couldn't put down, and I was super happy and super obsessed with getting the stars. Now, I am not gonna lie, there are some frustrating times when I play that. You gotta play with the right people, and people, like, there are times where me and my sister were playing this game where we didn't have to say anything to each other. Like, I would be doing this, and if I switched jobs, she would quickly switch jobs too, or if she switched jobs, I would quickly switch up. We rarely, when it was just the two of us playing, had to say anything. We could go on complete board runs without saying anything. Now, the one caveat to this game, and I will say, is you can't play Overcooked solo. Do not try to experiment playing this game solo. It is not fun. It is not exciting. It is not a game you want to play by yourself, but with friends and the right group of friends, oh, so fun. The next game I want to talk about, which was another game that I was completely obsessed with when it came out, was Monster Hunter Rise. I was obsessed, guys. Now I never make Monster Hunter videos, right? I made so many videos just because I was like, oh, I need to make content. Let me just do content on what I'm already doing, which is playing the games, which is why, like, I have a lot of how-to videos on Monster Hunter, because I was like, I need to make content, but I really want to just keep playing this game. So, I would play this online with randoms. I'd play this on Discord with my friends. I'd play with whoever wanted to play. To be fair, I'd probably play this again if people wanted to start from scratch and needed help. I've offered to help people just because of how obsessed I am with this game. And now you guys are gonna laugh. This is my hella relaxing game. Like, Monster Hunter Rise, like, is super relaxing for me. So, like, when I want to de-stress and, like, it all out, I play Monster Hunter Rise. At that time I was playing it, and I would just like, I'm good for the day, I'm all relaxed, and now I can go to bed. And I know that is not the experience that a lot of people have with Monster Hunter, but that is my experience with Monster Hunter Rise. I love the gameplay loop. It is very hard to understand, and I get it, right? So if you're new to Monster Hunter, you will have to be looking up a lot of stuff, or get a friend who you know knows how to play this game. And most people I know that play Monster Hunter are obsessed with it, right? So get a friend and they will help you. I had a lot of people on my Discord community helping me whenever I play. I will tell you that I am not the best player, but I still, like, I can carry my own when I need to, right? It's when we get into the harder battles, like when we got into Monster Hunter Sunbreak, it was a little harder for me, but I beat that too. I beat the story mode on that one. I like to see all the little checks, so I kind of want to go back to complete 100% this game too, because in Monster Hunter Rise, everything is checked, minus like 1 or 2, so it's like 98%. 100%, I mean, to 100%, whereas like the DLC is probably more like it's 70, because they kept releasing DLC, and I was like, I will just play it when all the DLC is out, because I want to just be able to beat everything at one shot and not wait for more content to come out. So now that all the DLC has been released, I probably can go back and play the game. The next game I want to talk about, which is another game I was super obsessed, and anybody who's on my Discord community at the time will tell you I've been like pounding people to play this game. And this game you can find for 15 bucks, guys. Just wait for a sale. Immortal Phoenix Rising. Now, I am obsessed with Greek mythology. I don't know if anybody else is, but I am. And I loved, like, Zelda Breath of the Wild gameplay. The only thing I didn't like, and there's a lot of it in this game, so, like, this is how much I like the game, and I powered through. I don't like puzzles. I hate puzzles. And, like, this game has a lot of puzzles. Now, some of them are similar-ish, right? So, like, once you figure out how to figure out a lot of these puzzles, since they're similar-ish and how to figure them out, once you learn how to do one, you can beat all the rest. But you gotta learn how to beat that one. And I did struggle bus one or two of them. So, there's that. But I loved the gameplay loop. I loved learning about the Greek mythology. I loved, like, how consistent it was, where, like, all these gods had fallen from grace, and, like, instead of like let's see, the god of war became, like, not the god of war, he became a chicken. Like they definitely transformed them into opposite, and you had to, like, bring them back to the god that they were. Oh, this game was so fun, so fun. I've also reviewed this one. I did not beat the DLC. I do find that I don't beat a lot of DLCs, guys. So when I beat a DLC, I'm amazed, because even Breath of the Wild that I loved, I never beat the DLC. So I didn't beat the DLC for this. I do want to go back and beat the DLC, because I bought it on sale, and it comes with 3 different kind of games inside. So I do have to go back. I just got lost in the sauce in the puzzles. So that's where I was with that game. But so much fun if you enjoy an open world. It's Ubisoft, so I know a lot of people don't like Ubisoft games. I don't have a problem with Ubisoft games, but such a great game on, like, mythology and all the things you can do in the world, and, like, how they bring it in. So much fun, guys. The last game I want to tell you about that I was completely obsessed when it came out was Faefar. I hate, guys, and I try to love them farming sims, right? I'll try to love farming sims, and for some reason I've never been able to get into one. But this one, yes, this one stuck for some reason. It had something, it had, like, this magical element that I love so much. I love the fairy elements, and I love that the main, even though it was Faefar, right? It's based on farming sim. Like, you didn't have to do a lot of farming in order to progress in the game. You had to do some, obviously, but a lot of the story happened in the dungeons, and I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that, right? Me and my sister had very different ways of playing this game together. Like, I'd let her play the farm, and I do the dungeon stuff. Like, I literally, how obsessed I was with this game when it came out is I have my world, me and my sister share a world, and I have an active world for me and my subscribers. So I have 3 realms going on at the moment, and I think per cart you can only have 2. So I have mine and the world that I share on with my community, and then my sister has the one we share with each other. So I loved this game to pieces, guys. 2 pieces. I love this game, and I've never had a farming sim, like, make me want to play, and to the point where I was not sleeping at night, because I wanted to play the game so much. This one's also played and reviewed for you guys on the channel, but this one again is much more fun with friends. But you can play this one by yourself. They have updated a lot of the things that were annoying people, so there are still patches coming out, like flowers that weren't removable before are now removable with the seeds and stuff. So, like, issues that I dealt with while having to play the game, you are no longer have to experience, you lucky dog. You are no longer gonna have to experience. So yeah, I just wanna, these were just some games that I wanted to talk about that I couldn't put down when I was playing them. Are there any games like that for you guys? These were just 10 of my, like, games that I couldn't put down. I was thinking about doing 5 per list, but I just wanted to obsess and talk to you guys about these games and see if there were games like this that you like. Cause like I said, like this game right here is the reason why I couldn't do another video for you guys, the video I was planning, because this game I am super duper obsessed with, and I hope you guys find games like that you are obsessed with. And if you do have a couple, let me know them below. Let me know what makes the what makes that game the thing that you are so obsessed with that you can't put it down? Just let me know in the comments below. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you stuck through to the end. Happy gaming, guys. Bye.